Welcome to this episode of the Outsiders Podcast. If you're not following us yet, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you're out there. Probably saying something that gets us in trouble. Want to support the show? Head to outsidersstudios.com. You'll find membership options, merch, and more ways to stay connected to what we're building. Elect Exiles, Brett's podcast, solid theology, clear thinking, worth your time. Branden Substack drops twice a week, Mondays and Fridays. It's where he works out what doesn't always fit in an episode. We've got a lot in the pipeline. Stay tuned, and as always, thanks for listening.
Welcome to Outsiders Podcast. I'm your host, Branden Wood. All the holidays are over.
What are you talking about?
Halloween.
Yeah, which means the best one is coming.
What?
The most wonderful time of the year.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Kwanzaa.
Nope.
That's made up.
If you think that I haven't started listening to Christmas music yet, you'd be wrong.
Well, I know you.
I love Christmas.
And the you I'm talking about is my comrade.
Bryce Armstrong. To my leftish.
Andrew McKinley. And to my left and dress for comfort.
For speed, not business.
Speed.
Brett Welty.
Speed.
And to my left.
Jim Cole.
Not dressed for comfort.
It's so rare
No.
that I don't wear slacks that
Jim
I had to get dressed on an
Jim
all
is dressed
audio
for
podcast.
professional. He is a professional boy. Jim.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
It's actually for warmth.
That too.
Fair.
That's fair.
That too.
That
It
shirt
is getting
looks
colder.
like a blueprint, and I'm digging it.
Blueprint shirt.
Yeah.
You can't see it.
You're
It's-
colorblind.
And it's disappearing behind the green screen.
Who's you? You were looking at Andrew. I'm pretty sure you weren't talking to Andrew.
No.
Hey, it's audio only, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but I'm confused.
We're deceiving everyone. Like
What?
how AI videos deceive the masses,
All of us.
including myself.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Brandon's been on a roll with some real good videos.
It could be a coping
Made in Sora.
mechanism.
A coping mechanism?
Oh yeah,
I'm hoping it's a new Outsiders
Oh, yeah.
social media strategy, so
Oh,
I have
yeah.
to keep making our own videos.
yeah. 'Cause I'm good at strategizing social media. You know,
Not if it's half of...
not if
no,
it's serious.
Not even more...
I don't like social media.
Right. That's fine.
I don't at all.
Right.
I don't like looking at myself
I don't like
in a
listening.
camera.
I don't like listening to myself talk, but I have to edit this podcast.
I know.
So...
That's cool. Maybe
Sorry
we can
about
source
your
that out.
No. We don't have any money to do that.
We'll source it out, and people will cut all the good stuff out. I'm like, wow,
We'll just hire someone to edit your parts, Bryce.
right.
You don't have to listen to it. It's
But-
courtesy.
Okay. I don't think you understand how that works.
No, it's every time you're about to talk, just hand it off.
Okay.
We don't have any new segments, do we?
No.
No.
You said you were going to make one, and I
don't
think I
know.
kiboshed it.
I can make one right now.
No.
Right off the top
No.
of the bat.
Don't.
I think it'd be good, though.
Can't.
Why?
Because...
I don't know.
Now, this week's episode of What's It Got in Its Pockets.
I've got my wallet. I've got my AirPods. I did have a knife, but I left it in my car.
in case someone tries stealing your car.
Yeah. That's why.
Then
Your
they'll,
car can-
then they'll have a knife.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. No,
No, the car can protect itself.
I've got some old spaghetti in my pocket.
Dry or wet?
Wet.
Oh, okay, good.
Fresh spaghetti. I just pulled it out.
That's
of
where
the
I keep mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My right pocket.
It's the original travel food.
Yeah. Exactly.
It fills a pocket real nice,
Yeah.
especially when it's warm.
Especially when it's warm. I love it.
Brett,
I try to put the garlic bread
Brett's going to lose his mind.
in there as well.
I just know this is all being cut, so why waste the oxygen?
Actually, I might leave it. We'll see.
This is
Okay.
fun.
I don't care.
Oh, we
I
could
don't
do things I've learned this week.
Nothing.
Is
Go ahead.
flat Earth a
Oh,
thing?
no.
You can ask me about that later. If we get to it.
Okay.
I just wanted to give you.
We'll
a little taste.
post a link in
See
the
what it
comments.
tastes like. Yes.
We're posting nothing in the comments.
We're
Earth
live.
is
We're doing
not-
live stream right now.
Get in the comments.
Someone comment so we can talk to you about flat Earth.
Oh, no.
Like maybe Rodney McQuillan could.
Shout out to Rodney.
I would like that.
I doubt he's on the flat Earth train.
Him and I joke about it.
Oh, well, makes sense.
We joke around about it. It's either flat Earth, hot dog Earth, Hollow Earth.
Oh, with another Earth inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there.
I have heard people say that they think that that hell is at the center of Earth.
It's real hot.
That's what they say. How would you know? Just like you don't know that Earth isn't.
I don't think there's enough space there.
I'm
Souls? Do souls need space?
Ooh. Space Souls.
spaceless souls.
Space Force.
Maybe that's what they're doing down there.
Space Jam.
That could be it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold on. Your wife, Brett, got me in trouble.
Oh, I know.
I
know.
got so much trouble.
Yeah.
Oops.
I feel bad about that.
It's okay. No, she
don't
knew.
feel bad. What
She
happened?
knew. That's the thing. And then she didn't like really realize how much I was going to McDonald's. And then
You said it.
I said it.
So the whole story,
She
Confession.
knows.
the whole story is Naomi was listening to our podcast, which she never does. And Bryce mentioned how many times he goes to McDonald's.
Only during Monopoly.
Well, Naomi just texted Becca. I was like, wow. And then Becca came in hot, I bet.
I got a call immediately.
Wow.
Oh, actually, that's not true. She screenshotted it, sent it to me, and then called me. She said, "Look at your text messages." I said, "What?" And then I was like, "Okay." Oh, what? What's wrong? Like she knew. It wasn't like she didn't know.
But now other people know. And
Well,
she
I don't
doesn't
really
like
care.
that.
One
I
of
don't
us has told a story about eating so much McDonald's. Their wife thought that they had bought for two people.
Oh, that was you. That was you.
That's a way
Who'd you
callback.
take to lunch?
Yeah, that was the question. And the answer
Oh, that
was
was you?
myself.
That was you.
So
Yeah,
we've
no,
all been there.
I don't do that outside of Monopoly.
should be
Going
clear about-
seven
wait,
times a
wait a
week.
minute.
You should
is
be clear
insane.
on that
Okay, I'm stating now, here and now.
publicly.
Okay.
Only during Monopoly did I go 7 times in 1 week. Okay,
Because it was
I-
not clear on the podcast.
I have not.
Last time.
Apparently not. I have not been back to McDonald's since before Monopoly ended because, frankly, I felt sick. October 28th. Just for the record, October 28th. It is November 7th today, so not that long ago.
Oh.
But the last
9,
4
10
times
days?
I went were just to get drinks.
Sobriety.
So
I don't care.
You went on my birthday.
I didn't care the first time.
Some of those
Happy birthday.
those
Happy birthday.
healthy drinks they have at McDonald's.
Powerade.
No.
Yeah, right.
Whatever. Don't care. Anyway, so sorry. I'm actually mad at your wife. Just for the record, not mad.
Oh, I didn't think you were.
Okay, good.
Andrew, do you have anything for us?
I got trivia. Should we play
better
the
than
theme song?
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it's better than a conspiracy
I don't
theories
know.
for sure.
I don't know. I love to conspire.
Are we doing game show music or not?
Oh, yeah, sure. Hold on.
Okay.
Right here.
All right. We're going to do, because I think this is coming out pretty close to Thanksgiving, right?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, something like
Around.
that. We're going to do Thanksgiving trivia. Yay. Play another theme song. No, I'm just kidding.
Maze.
It
First
takes
answer is
so
Two more
Maze.
theme songs.
Kyle told me that it's the perfect amount where you can hit skip 30 twice. Skip 30 seconds twice.
It's 1 minute.
It's apparent. I thought it was
A
53
whole
seconds.
minute.
Yeah, that's a
But
long
it's,
time.
he said it's perfect.
That's a very
Shout out,
long
Kyle.
song.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks. He gave me a lot of feedback that was actually really helpful. So thanks, Kyle.
All right. What song that's traditionally sung on Christmas was actually written as a Thanksgiving song?
Silver Bells. No, I just said that. I don't know.
No.
Are there options?
No.
The theme song to the Macy's Day Parade.
That song with figgy pudding in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That would be a good idea, but no.
Okay. Can I have a hint?
No.
The word bells is in it.
Told you.
Jingle bells?
Yes.
Dang it.
What?
Yeah.
Frosty the Snow Person.
I want to punch you. I just.
No, it's jingle bells. And in case you're wanting a little insight into that, I don't have any.
Oh, thank you for
Next
that.
question.
Right.
Which year did the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade first air on television?
1947.
1964.
1948?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. I knew it was in the 40s.
Wow.
Yeah.
That does.
I was very surprised at how close you were to that.
Yeah, your face was incredible.
Good job, Bryce.
Yay. How many guests do those hosting Thanksgiving dinner usually have as an average for the entire country of the United States?
14.
Wait,
Pretty close.
like what? Currently?
So yeah, like just on average, like if you're hosting Thanksgiving, what is the number of people you expect to have in your home that don't live there?
You said 14?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, I was going to say 11.
That is it. 11.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Brett.
Good job, Brett. Clap, clap.
I'll stop
clap,
answering so
clap,
quickly.
Clap, 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 clap.
I don't know. I just felt it.
I'm just so proud of you.
I was going to say 20.5, but
Half a person. That person this
Let's not go
That's-
there.
That 20 would be low at my house.
Yeah.
When I was
Sometimes.
when I was at my parents' house, I guess.
But for some, there's only like 2 or 3 people coming or one. So the average kind of. Yeah. What holiday was the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade commemorating?
Christmas.
It was Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It was Christmas.
Easter.
It was Christmas.
I was going to guess Labor Day.
Close second.
I
When-
really love Christmas.
What
Apparently.
year did a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving premiere?
Oh.
60s?
69.
75.
1973.
I was going to say
You're
7.
on either side of it. You were in the right era. According to a survey, what are people most thankful for on Thanksgiving?
Family.
Family.
That's one. There are 3.
Oh.
Food. Really?
Family,
Friends.
friends, and God.
I bet God's not on there.
Family, health, and life.
Oh. Well, checks out. Being alive, that's a good thing.
I think that health and being alive kind of
I feel like they're the same thing. Well, you can be alive.
not quite. Yeah.
I mean, my
Yeah.
dad was in the hospital for 2 months.
That's true.
Alive, not healthy. I'm alive right now, not healthy.
How much glitter is typically used during the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Too much.
Glitter
Glitter.
It's got to be in pounds, right?
on
It's in
people?
pounds,
On
in pounds.
people?
In pounds?
I mean,
Everywhere.
Yeah, in pounds.
Tons.
People, floats,
That's
everything.
what I was thinking. Tons.
Tons.
Barrels.
I'd say 4 tons.
Remember that glitter's not very heavy.
5 tons.
600
I just feel like you're
pounds.
getting closer.
837 pounds.
Down from what I said.
735.
Down from what you.
What did you say?
6.
You said 600? 937.
550.
Just a little over 300 pounds.
That's a lot of glitter.
It's a lot of glitter, but also you'd think maybe more.
I
Well,
would think more, which
I
is
thought
why I
more.
said 600.
That's only 10 30-pound boxes.
That's not very much.
No, it's not.
That isn't much.
All right, next question. What region in Australia celebrates Thanksgiving?
Melbourne?
Sydney.
No.
Down.
Wait, what did you say?
That's a region.
What region?
Oh,
North.
region. Left.
Close.
Are we talking globe or flat?
Norfolk Island.
What is that?
I don't know.
The island of Norfolk.
I think it's more than that though, because they did Thanksgiving on
Virginia?
Bluey, and Bluey's in Australia, and
That's
I don't think they're on Norfolk Island. I think they're supposed to be in Canberra or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, what was the cost of the world's most expensive Thanksgiving celebration?
Ooh.
Like by a family?
Yes, but it could be like, I mean, the president has a family, so
Right.
Yeah.
So do the
The Rockefellers.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Them
The Rothschilds.
Yeah.
and the Roths, yes.
The Bezoses.
And
Bezos.
I'm going to say 100 million.
Like samurai.
It's in 6 figures.
Oh.
$250,000.
Getting closer. Go down a little bit.
$260,000.
$100,000.
$180,000.
$110,000.
I found a bag with $100,000 in it. I invested it and turned it into $16,000.
Which was all profit because I found it.
I can't claim that joke. I stole that joke from Zach Oyama.
That's funny.
Which football teams always play on Thanksgiving Day?
Dallas.
Dallas, yep. And
Lions.
Green Bay.
Lions.
And the Lions, yeah.
Dallas and Detroit.
New York.
No.
I want
Detroit.
I want that turducken.
Before they had balloons in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, what did they have instead?
Those weird stick Japanese dragons.
No.
What?
Paper mache.
Cars.
5 zoo animals.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like lions?
Yes.
How do
That's
they
a zoo animal.
how do they get them to
Bears?
float in the air?
Yeah, that's the crazy part. How do they blow them up?
Helium.
Yes.
Stuck to
They're-
your
that's,
mouth.
on, that's on Sora.
How much helium you have to suck to get a line in the air?
A lot. A lot.
I'm glad we're not ending on that one.
Yeah.
The science is so
Okay.
sound.
According to AAA, approximately how many Americans travel for Thanksgiving?
25%.
$250,000.
Let's talk in millions.
Listen, I don't care.
So let's say there's
1 million.
there's 350 million people that live in the United States. Let's say if a quarter of them travel, what's a quarter of 350 million?
Math.
So half would be
I said math.
175.
175. Half of that would be what?
Math.
Maybe like 80, 85.
85 million.
The answer is 80 million.
Hey, I
Really
said
close.
quarter.
Good job.
Okay.
Bryce also said 25%. And then we shot him down and yelled at him.
25% is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Stop talking, dummy. Okay. What was the first character balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day?
Everybody
Brown.
knows. No.
Santa Claus.
Mickey Mouse.
Felix the cat.
Exactly.
Good job, Brett.
The precursor to Mickey Mouse.
No, it'd be Garfield.
Who's
bro.
Felix the cat?
So all I know is he had a magic bag
Wait a minute.
full of stuff.
No thanks.
I remember Felix.
He was like a newspaper comic and then had a cartoon.
Jim remembers the first time it went up too.
I remember Felix. But I remember.
He was just a wee lad.
Sorry, Jim. Oh.
All right. Insurance question for you.
Okay.
What household hazard triples on Thanksgiving?
Fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Diet. Nope. Diabetes.
Diet fire.
Diet fire.
fire
foot
like-
problems.
All right. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, when was the term Friendsgiving first turned into a real word?
2000.
Did you say
The
Merriam-Webster?
90s.
Merriam-Webster.
Yeah.
2017.
Hashtag not my dictionary.
That's hard.
New Oxford.
Hot take.
Obviously.
Hot take.
90s.
New Oxford.
2007.
Teen.
I was trying to go with like the Friends. Era.
Really?
Mhm.
It's been around that long?
Yeah.
I was in high school.
That was Obama era.
I was out of high
Thanks,
school.
Obama. We used to do Thanksgiving with our families.
Now it's our friends.
Obama.
Obama's fault.
Just kidding.
Which country celebrates their own version of Thanksgiving in October?
Germany.
Poland.
No, it's Germany. It's called Oktoberfest.
Right.
Let's keep in mind, Thanksgiving is about being free from England.
Oh,
So
France.
That could literally be like half
Anyone.
of the globe.
Anyone.
It's
Probably
Canada.
India.
It's Canada.
Did you say India?
They were under, yes.
Wait, don't they still recognize the king and queen?
Like,
Kind of.
Quebec's
They've got
super
it on
French.
the money.
How can you tell if a cranberry is ripe?
You eat it?
That's a terrible way to do that. But yes.
You poke it.
No.
I don't know.
If you drop it and it bounces, it is ripe.
Oh,
Got cranberry?
prove it.
We actually do. Brittany got a bag of just straight cranberries.
I expect a video.
Yeah, I know. I'll find out.
Up the whole bag.
I ate one and I was like, oh, not ready. Ooh, not ready. This is so sour.
It did not bounce in my mouth.
No, it did not.
Ooh.
All right. When was green bean casserole invented?
Oh,
1942.
I'm assuming the beginning of time.
1957.
1955.
It's official, right?
That's
'Cause
probably-
they were probably eating it like
That's probably when
decades before
Campbell's soup was like, hey, do this.
Campbell's soup was like, hey, okay, listen up. I got this thing.
Yeah.
It's called cream of mushroom. We're going to put it everywhere. Perfect. It's going in everything.
I think what happened was everyone was like, hey, guys, no one's buying the cream of mushroom. What do we do with it?
Put it in everything. Talk to the cranberry guy. He got us in everything.
Because the CEO's nephew made this real gross soup and we got to do something
Right.
with it.
And now we invented this thing called casseroles, and it's in everything.
Isn't that the name of the dish they put it in? Yes,
That's
that is.
the
That's the
secret.
name of the dish.
That's the secret.
Just the-
I'm telling you, big casserole. They've been in it for
No,
years.
no.
Yeah.
Big cream.
big cream.
Big cream. Cream of mushroom.
Cream of soups, cream of
Cream
celery,
soups.
cream of mushroom, cream of celery, cream of chicken.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, come on, bro.
Cream of beef.
Ew.
That I don't think is a thing.
Cream beef.
Everything I said was a thing.
All right, give me
Yuck.
one more.
Creamy beef sounds like a depression era food.
It probably was.
Have you ever had creamed corn? I actually really like.
I like cream corn
too.
It's so good.
I know. It's weird.
What's corn?
So it's this thing
maize?
that you
Burns into my atmosphere.
it goes
Right?
Put it in your
Yes.
gas in
The
Iowa.
gas
Okay, go ahead.
cylinders.
All right. Statistically, what is America's favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
stuffing.
17%.
You are both right. It is stuffing.
And 17%.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Man.
You ain't seen
It
stuffing
mapped.
yet.
I love stuffing. I can eat an entire box of stuffing by myself.
I like this.
He doesn't even
Dry.
cook it. He just eats it right out of the bag.
I love cereal.
Then he chases it
And it
down
tastes
with,
like bread.
with a frozen mac and cheese.
Yeah. Ooh, or those Schwann's potatoes, the little ones that are
those
cut into
so
bananas.
Little big.
So cut into bananas.
Yeah.
They are.
Look like little
I don't-
banana
Yeah, they are.
slices. And you nuke them in the micro.
Yeah, shout out to my mom who always used to make them when I was sick.
Shout out to
Loved
my
it.
dad.
Yeah.
Hey, let's make them a bit thicker, Steve.
Like your neck.
Yes.
Steve.
Steve.
I had a nickel for every time someone told Steve to make it thicker.
You'd have one nickel.
I would.
$16,000 more.
Oh no. Well, that's
Yeah.
all the time we have, folks.
I don't know if we're getting onto a subject tonight.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Us at the Outsiders, we love not being a part of Britain, and we also really like Thanksgiving.
All true things.
So,
True. I do love the UK though.
well,
No. The best TV show in the world is in the UK. So
Peaky Blinders.
that's a good show. No.
Oh, Downton Abbey.
what's that show?
IT crowd.
Oh, that's a great show.
Have you tried turning it off and back on?
It is-
On and back off again.
I was thinking of the is it like Down with Love or something like that.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a love show about
Flavor of Love.
Down syndrome people.
Flavor
Are you talking about Love on the Spectrum?
Yeah, that one.
That is a good show, and I cried during it. No, Taskmaster. It's best show.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's a great show.
It's a Gordon Ramsay thing, right?
No.
Close.
Oh, Dave Ramsay thing.
Yeah, no. Still no.
Dave and Buster.
Which Ramsay is it?
Greg Davies. Alex Horn.
I mean,
I know you don't know. It's fine.
I don't know if I could care less. I literally don't know if I could care less.
I think you would laugh really hard watching it.
Probably not.
I think you would.
I'm a faster now.
Flex Seal.
I don't have a sense of humor.
I don't. Never have. That's the big secret.
Oh.
Thank you, Andrew, for your wealth of knowledge.
He just read questions.
Yes.
He didn't.
So will I.
Hey, you told me.
It's true.
You told me like 12 minutes ago we can't do my segment, so I had to come up with something else.
You're right. You're welcome. That was a way better segment.
It was
Just for
very
the
funny.
record,
It was very funny.
way
It
better.
was fun. Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
do
fun.
that segment.
I enjoys that segment. Me Momo enjoys that segment.
Mimo
I'm a trivia boy.
boy.
Andrew,
Yes,
I know you just talked a lot.
I can talk some more.
But would you
Let me
read
take a drink of water.
our scripture?
All right, we're going to read the parable of the lost sheep. It's Luke chapter 15, verses 1 through 7. Now all the tax collectors and sinners were coming near Jesus to listen to him. And both the Pharisees and the scribes began to complain, saying, "This man receives sinners and eats with them." And so he told them this parable, saying, "What man among you, if he has 100 sheep and has lost one of them, does not leave the other 99 in the open pasture and go after the one that is lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he puts it on his shoulders, rejoicing. And when he comes home, he calls together his friends and his neighbors, saying to them, 'Rejoice with me, because I have found my sheep that was lost.' I tell you that in the same way, there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous people who have no need of repentance."
So here's our setting. So the them in this parable are the Pharisees and the scribes. So the religious elite who cannot comprehend why Jesus would ever draw near to tax collectors, sinners, you name it. This is who Jesus' crowd was. And so they grumble and their hearts are hardened against mercy. So Jesus responds. His response is not an argument, but a story, but one that reveals the Father's heart, and it exposes the blindness of the self-righteous. William Tyndale says, "For Christ seeketh not the proud and lofty, but the poor and meek of heart. Not the painted holiness of man, but the penitent soul." And so the parable is not merely about lost sheep. It's about lost people and a shepherd who refuses to stop seeking until every one of them is found.
I think it's pretty wild that the people who are most upset about Jesus doing all of this are the ones that think that they're the closest to God. That just gets me every time.
It's the group that Jesus speaks the harshest to.
That's true.
We have to remember, like, the idea of a merciful God is actually a relatively new concept. So, like, almost any other, especially like pantheon of gods, Greek, Roman, anything like that, they were always,
Petty.
at best, petty. Maybe they would bless people for their own gain, but usually kind of cruel. And I would say at this point, the Pharisees that Jesus is talking to see God as the law first, which is, again, just a really hard standard to live up to. And so I don't think that mercy and compassion are a natural state for them, as much as we would expect, knowing God's nature a little better because of what Jesus taught us about him. Now, I do think that, like, the Old Testament obviously shows God's mercy, but I think that when you spend your life worshiping the law more than worshiping God, the ideas of compassion and mercy kind of become foreign to you again. And I think that's where these Pharisees got to. I think that's just, I don't know if that's a good take or not, but
I think that's where religion always lands, is in this self-righteousness, a way to control people. It's more manipulation than anything. You go into the Old Testament, grace and mercy is just, it's everywhere. So they've chosen to make that secondary.
I think it's interesting that this parable that he tells is a lot like Ezekiel 34. I was looking today at our notes, and I was looking at Luke 15, and Ezekiel 34 talks about it's a prophecy against the shepherds of Israel and how they've been feeding themselves and not taking care of the sheep, and the sheep have scattered, and they need to go save them. And so what I think is interesting is I don't know if the Pharisees we're picking up on that. But in theory, if any group would have known the Old Testament, it would have been the Pharisees. And so it's almost like a second, more subtle level of burn to be like, not only is this word picture super easy to understand, but it also has like Old Testament connotation to say, hey, you guys are supposed to be the shepherds, the Levites, the priests. You're supposed to be the shepherds of God's covenant people, and you're not doing it. And Jesus is saying, I will, and I am the better shepherd that Ezekiel 34 is talking about, which I just, again, I think just any connection back to the Old Testament is fascinating to me, because obviously Jesus was a very good Bible reader, and he knew these things. And so I think that ties in, but it doesn't necessarily, I mean, it doesn't change the meaning of any of it, but it's just more another level of just these Pharisees really weren't getting it. And so not only does Jesus tell a story to illustrate that, he uses Old Testament language they should know, and say, hey, don't you remember what you've already read? That when a shepherd is missing a sheep, he goes and finds it.
I mean, Jesus was known as a teacher, and so he obviously grew up in the synagogue. He's one of the, and I imagine he grew up with a lot of these guys hearing all this stuff. And then I'm not saying he just flipped. He was probably saying all these things and just no one was receiving it. Never did. And when you're an adult and you have your own, all these Pharisees probably had their own disciples too. Like they were teaching others. Like, you're starting to say things that are completely contrary to what we have been taught for however many long of years. Like, and so he's just challenging them, but it's because, hey, like, you guys are supposed to know, like you said, you're supposed to know what is true, and you're bending it to your own will. And I came to bridge the gap for others, for people that you wouldn't even go near. Right?
Yeah, this particular group, I think they would know. I think the whole Ezekiel would really come to their mind.
I think so.
They're like, hey,
Wait a minute. I've heard that
right?
before.
You know,
Wait a minute.
and every once in a while you
Hang
get
on.
clues of that. They'll say like they realized they were talking about them, or he was talking about them.
makes me think of you guys might be too young for this movie. No, I'm just kidding. Liar, liar.
Yeah.
Not too young for
In the
fire.
courtroom, he goes, objection, and they go, what? On what grounds? He goes, because it ruins my case.
Exactly.
Hey, you can't say
Exactly.
that because we're not saying that. Stop it.
Dale Ralph Davis in his commentary on this section talks about an atheist named Edith that one Sunday found herself walking into a church service, and they read from this parable, and they read from the King James Version Bible. So when it gets to verse 2 and it says, "This man receives sinners and eateth with them," she heard it as Edith, her name. And so she eventually figured out that it was eateth, like as in, the whatever you'd call that, the part of speech that'd be eat. But it caused her to start stirring over this parable, because it's like, this man receives sinners and eateth too. It would be like saying, this man receives sinners and Brett too, which I thought is so fascinating, because she then realizes that she is the one of the sheep that needs to be found. And so I think what gets missed often in the parables is, especially Luke. Luke is so good at like telling you, here's why Jesus spoke these parables. The reason why he spoke these parables is because the Pharisees were saying, this man receives sinners and eats with them. And so we know why he told the parable.
There's a cross-reference verse over in Luke chapter 5, and it goes on to how Jesus was at a house. It was the call of Matthew, and so he's sitting at the table, and the Pharisees ask him, "Why do you eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners?" And it's that famous line of, "It is not those who are healthy who need a physician, but those who are sick."
Is it 31 and 32?
Yeah, 31,
Yeah, I wrote
32.
that.
Yeah. And so I have not come to call the righteous to repentance, but sinners. Which in some case, the Pharisees were sinners too, right?
So
Something.
Well, oh yeah.
All.
Wait a minute.
So
Yes, all.
one
But
question.
did they know that?
The one question that I read that I was curious to get your guys' take on, is Jesus saying the 99 in a tongue-in-cheek way? Meaning he leaves the 99 self-righteous to go find the one that's actually lost? Because that's a question that gets asked about the parable is, who are the 99? Are the 99 like actual believers, or are they the righteous that don't need to be saved, but in reality they all need it, but they just don't know it? And I don't know that it matters. It's just an interesting thing that came up.
It's kind of the same as the Matthew scriptures that were just read. You know, do they realize that they're sick too? Right. They just don't want to admit it or know it.
Right.
You know, and I think it's kind of almost a double-edged sword.
I think it's interesting because then you've also got, I think, the most important part contextually for this parable comes before the lost coin, and then the chapter ends with the prodigal. But the story of the prodigal ends with the son who never left, which I think is a dig at the Pharisees to say, you're the son that never left. You're the one who has always been, quote unquote, in the kingdom, but you're not actually in the kingdom. So I just wonder if the context would suggest the 99, the coins that were never lost, and the son that never left aren't even aware of the fact that they're lost, or they need a shepherd, or they need salvation.
I was just thinking that if you're one of the 99 sheep, if a herd of 99 sheep get lost, do they know they're lost? If they're all together, a sheep out by itself knows it's lost.
Yeah.
And all 100 sheep need the shepherd still. Just because the 99 sheep are together doesn't mean they don't need the shepherd.
Good word.
Yeah, you know, any of us who have received Christ, we relate to being that one. We were lost and found.
I think that's kind of like the most important thing to think about in this aspect, is because we all are that one. Every single person is the one, because no matter where you've been, no matter what you've where you are now, you have been that one. That's probably one of the most important things that I think about in this.
Well, if we're thinking about our listeners, and if you're listening to a Christian podcast, do you know definitively that you have received Christ? And if you haven't had a lost sheep or a prodigal son or a lost coin moment in your life where you felt like you've needed to be rescued, you might need to ask yourself, are you part of the 99? Are you the son that never left, that is trying to earn something by being dutiful and working for something that the Bible says you don't work for, you're granted as a gift? So we don't want to lose the point that also there is great beauty in seeing Jesus saving the lost and finding the lost coin and seeing the prodigal brought in. But if you're here and you're saying, I've grown up in churches my whole life, I've lived this life, I've been a Christian my whole life, as long as I've known it, I've been in churches, you are in just as much peril as anyone that is shaking their fist at God. You just need to check yourself. I think that just shouldn't be lost in these parables too.
Going to church doesn't save you.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most dangerous place to be.
Yeah.
You know? If you're shaking your fist at God, then you know where you're standing. But quite often, it's that tepid water that we get lost in.
The commentator that I referenced earlier, Dale Ralph Davis, he's a Presbyterian, so he said that he's heard the parable of the prodigal called the parable of the Presbyterian son, the kid that grew up in churches, never left it.
That's good.
And it's just he said just because you grew, and then with covenant theology, there's the whole, well, you grew up in churches and your parents were believers, and so I think it runs it's a little more common in certain circles than others. But
We talked about that in young adult group, is that you can't ride the coattails of your parents' faith. Like, you're not, like, just because your parents have gone and they're faithful doesn't mean that you're going to be in the same boat. And so you have to choose who you're going to serve. You're going to serve yourself or your religion or your nice comfy seat, or are you going to like get in the deep water of following Christ, growing in wisdom and how to be that example for people in the real world,
Yeah, we talked about that a couple episodes ago.
Mm-hmm. It all comes back around,
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the shepherd real quick. So the shepherd, he leaves the 99 in the open country. And so like this parable is going to speak. So if you go back to when Jesus was born, you have the shepherds and you have the wise men, right? And so you have shepherds in that cultural context were the lowest of lows. They were kind of scoundrels in some ways, and outsiders, not to be
Dirty.
yeah. And so this would resonate with the people that Jesus was normally speaking with. And so when the shepherd's leaving all these sheep out in the open country and he's leaving it to go find the one, it's a bold act of trust. So this flock is safe, but the one is not, like we referenced. So this shepherd, Jesus says, represents himself. So it represents Jesus, the one who came to seek and save the lost. In the kingdom, value is not determined by majority. The shepherd's eyes are fixed on the one who wandered. John Knox says that a man with a clear conscience is a lion that fears no flesh, but the love of Christ makes a lion out of the weakest lamb. And so Christ's pursuit is not passive. It is the strength of God moving toward weakness, the courage of heaven reaching into human frailty. So I think that paints a bigger picture of Christ coming after us when we wander off. And that if you think of where Jesus was speaking in Israel, like close to Israel, there's mountains. And so that lamb could have been up in the mountains somewhere, and that shepherd is going wherever that lamb, because he could track that lamb. That's the thing that you have to remember. He knew how to follow where this little thing was, this little stupid, dumb animal roamed off to, and he would willingly climb a rugged mountain to get to that lamb, because just that one lamb alone was significant to the rest of the flock.
How reckless of him.
I'm trying to avoid that.
No, it's not recklessness. It's love.
I'm just joking.
No, I know.
Are you talking about-
I literally wrote that down.
Are you talking about reckless love? That's what he's doing.
I know, but I did write down. It's
I
not
feel like you're upset.
I did write down specifically. That's not
I
reckless.
just want you to be in on the joke.
Oh, I got the joke.
Yeah.
I
get it.
100% was tracking with the joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why I specifically wrote down, that's not recklessness, that's love.
Yeah, in this parable, you have the shepherd is proactive, going and seeking for that lost sheep. In the prodigal son, we see more of dad's heart, and he's every day looking down the road, looking for that son. So you see, kind of, in a sense, talking to that group again, saying, "Are you there? Where's your heart?"
Well, and notice in the parable of the sheep, the shepherd takes the initiative. The shepherd finds the sheep. He lays the sheep on his shoulders and brings it back. Mm-hmm. He doesn't grab it by the collar. He doesn't say, "Okay, now you see me, follow me." He picks it up, throws it over his shoulder.
Which should represent to us that we're not doing any of the work to get back to the flock, right?
Yeah.
Christ is doing all the work to bring us back into the fold.
I think that's exactly what it says.
That's
And
really good.
We're too dumb to know we're lost, and we're too weak to walk back on our own.
Yeah.
We don't do any of it. We can't do. I mean, the shepherd is, and again, to Andrew's point earlier, why is he the good shepherd? Because he finds us, because he cares to find us. He leaves the other ones. He's never satisfied with going without, and there's nothing we do other than get found and get brought back. And that's a good shepherd. That's a good God. I mean, to seek us out when he's under no obligation to save us when we offer nothing of any value, and to give us everything we could ever need because he's just that gracious. It's just a beautiful picture. And who's he doing it for? The people that these people called were sinners and tax collectors. So the context, again, is he's not even going after like the greatest and the boldest and the brightest. He's taking the ones that are just detestable in the sight of his own people. I think that's just an incredible picture of who Christ is and the plan for salvation. And then he says, "Rejoice with me."
It speaks to God's heart and the desire for reconciliation. that he wants to be connected with his people, with his children, his creation.
2 Corinthians 5, ministry of reconciliation.
Was it John chapter 10,
Ooh,
verse
all of it.
verse 14? I am the good shepherd, and I know my own, and my own know me. And before it talks about like, I am the good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to call him a shepherd is, I mean, I think often we get, it's really fun and to dunk on people and be like, oh yeah, we're all dumb sheep, which we are. I mean, that's a great,
We are.
we're great. We stink
Yeah.
and we bite. Like sheep stink. And like literally
They
they're
make nice nice shirts though.
that they can't even do on their own. They need to be shaved.
Yep.
Otherwise it's too heavy.
Yep.
But
And then they can't walk.
yeah,
They literally die without haircuts.
yeah, exactly. That's how exactly. Nailed it.
Exactly.
They were not built to be wild.
I don't know.
How did they survive until we came along?
They didn't.
They never did. Oh, wait.
The
And
opposite
neither
did.
did humanity without Christ.
Oh,
But I think looking at the shepherd is the key. I mean, the key I think is the shepherd. I think in our self-centered way, we always look at how are we like sheep or what does this mean? But let's just think about the shepherd that he would bring because again, financially, it makes no logical sense to go get one when you have the 99. Keep the 99 safe. Keep them alive. That's your investment. That like if we're doing a cost benefit analysis, that's what you're doing.
I mean, like one lamb in that culture could be like months of wages.
Yeah, I don't disagree with
Yeah.
that. But still, I'm not leaving 99 of those months' wages for one if I don't have to.
Yeah.
But it seems here that not only does he have to, he wants to.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you're right. That's not to say there's no value in one sheep.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is if you're just going to do a cost benefit analysis, you would say, I would not leave my guaranteed investment of 99 to go find one. But that's, to hear, it's just unthinkable that you would, because ultimately the sheep are his children, and none of us would leave one of our kids behind.
Isn't there a scripture that says the good shepherd? I think it might have been in 10 where the
John
where
10.
where the hired hand will not.
Yeah. John 10.
Right. The hired. So I kind of picture sometimes that maybe those 99 weren't left alone. They were left with the hired hands. So
They're in this mess because the hired hands. That's what Ezekiel
right.
34 says. You're supposed to be shepherds. You hosed them.
Right.
I agree
right.
with you. I think that's
So that comes right. That goes back to Ezekiel. You know, they were sleeping on the job.
Yeah, should have been being shepherds. You're acting like hired hands. Yeah, I think that's good.
Let's jump in to the shoulder.
Oh dang!
which Brett already kind
Well,
of.
but I'm
Kind
not
of
really
got
like.
it.
I'm,
Let's dive.
to
Let's
say that I'm looking at the notes would be an overstatement.
let's jump in. Let's talk about.
Sometimes I like to
more.
keep it fresh by not looking at the notes. Go ahead.
That's cool. So the sheep is too weak to return on its own. The shepherd carries it, bearing both its weariness and its wandering. This is the gospel in miniature. So the sinner, unable to save himself, lifted by the mercy of God. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, in his book The Cost of Discipleship, says that grace is costly because it compels a man to submit to the yoke of Christ and follow him. It is grace because Jesus bore the cross for that man. So the shepherd doesn't lecture, he lifts. He doesn't drag the sheep home. He delights to carry it. This is the heart of redemption, divine joy wrapped in human rescue. Like we covered. And I think the part that really stirred me was that he delights to carry that sheep. It is not a burden for Christ to carry us when we are lost and have to be brought back home. Because I'm assuming listeners, some of you might be in that moment right now. Maybe you've wandered off into your own way, and maybe you have wandered into things that really have been detrimental to you. But know that it is not a burden to call out to God and to ask him to carry the burden for you and take it from you, and maybe carry you for a while we and us as believers who are a part of a local body, we should not see that person as a burden either, since Christ doesn't see them as a burden. I think that means that we want you back in the fold so that we can keep pointing you towards Christ who carries you, carries us all.
I wrote down, what does it mean that he carries us? And what I kind of came to the conclusion of, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I put, it means salvation isn't cooperation, it's rescue. We don't limp into grace, we're lifted into it. The shepherd doesn't just find us, he bears us.
I'd probably add to that is that we like stumble towards eternity.
Yeah,
Right?
you said
We
that this
trip.
past week. I like that. Yeah.
We're headed in the right direction, but there's gonna be moments we trip over rocks and weeds and all these things.
You know, I've never thought about it till now, but the rescue probably looks more like rescuing a swimmer. It's really dangerous to rescue a swimmer.
That's the image
Right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah,
we fight the rescue almost, you know?
That's even more like, so the shoulder carry that they're talking about, the way that you can kind of wear a sheep like a scarf a little bit, was done because sometimes the sheep didn't want to go with, but if you hold them that way, they can't fight back.
They can't bite you.
They can't
They
bite
hold,
you.
they hold them like that, so they can't bite your.
And it locks their legs so that they can't try to get away. Because otherwise, it'd be kind of like if you had to carry a 2-year-old that doesn't want to be carried.
Yes.
Fireman's
where
carry.
they turn into a noodle. You got to kind of like, you got to hold them a certain way so they can't escape. And I think that he sometimes has to do that with us.
Yeah.
We're not always going willingly.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Sheep bite.
We want the rescue.
Yeah.
Just like the swimmer wants the rescue.
But put me down.
Yeah. You know,
Don't worry, I wasn't lost to begin with.
there's so much stuff around us, either inside the church, outside the church, that points to this idea of this righteousness that we have to achieve or kind of aim for, and we got to be good enough kind of stuff. And there's so many ways to say it, but the reality is God desires to rescue us, and that's what this parable is really saying. He wants to do this, and man, when we can come to that realization, then we can lay down all that other stuff that we see and carry. It's like, no, that's just stuff in the way. You know, God, I need you in my life.
really good. So let's go to rejoicing, verse 6. I'm gonna read it to you. So, and when he comes home, he calls together his friends and his neighbors, saying to them, "Rejoice with me, because I have found my sheep that was lost." So here Jesus subtly rebukes the Pharisees. I don't even know if that would be subtly. I think he's like full on slapped them a little bit. And
Depends
so
how
it's
well
like,
they're paying attention.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm drinking this wine. Slap. But they should be rejoicing that the lost sheep of Israel, they're being found. But instead they grumble. And heaven rejoices, earth complains. So just so I tell you, there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous persons who need repentance. So the righteous persons here are not truly righteous. They only think they are. Luke's gospel makes clear that all need repentance. So the phrase is ironic because it exposes spiritual blindness and that's masked as holiness. So Charles Spurgeon would say that when Christ finds the lost, he does not weary of them, nor bear them coldly home. He rejoices more over that one than over the 99 who never strayed. And so heaven throws a feast when one sinner turns back, because that one life echoes the heartbeat of the shepherd himself.
So I've never noticed, but it sounds a lot like kind of the end of the parable of the prodigal son, because both, like, he basically, like, he doesn't let you have the back door either. He says that 99, like, if you think that's you, Pharisees, you still need to repent.
Mm-hmm.
So he's saying, and so even if you were a Pharisee that said, okay, fine, Jesus, I accept the premise, you're going to save lost sinners, I will applaud you, bring them in, that's fine, okay. But he closes that back door and says, you can't be self-righteous on the back end either. The 99 that were never lost are still spiritually lost. And there's no value in having 99 self-righteous people when we could have one truly repentant person. So again, he shuts the back door on them too and says, you can't have it both ways. You can't hate that I'm bringing in tax collectors and sinners, but then be okay with it because you're part of the 99. not beneficial, not good, not real. So he kind of shuts the back door on him, just like he points out the son that never left.
The scenario that my brain kind of puts into a picture as I'm reading this brings us back to the Pharisees being the irresponsible hired hands. And the idea that maybe the shepherd comes back from wherever he was and says, well, where's the one sheep? I can see there's 99 here. And they're like, oh no, it's too far gone. There's no chance of us finding it. And then when he comes back with that one sheep, they're not rejoicing because they just got shown that all they had to do was look.
Good. That's good.
Well, it's like God, when he brings us back home, like you said, he doesn't bring us through the back door, but he opens the front door and he's like, have the good wine, come sit at my table, have all the lavishes of my kingdom. And he does that with everybody. There's no like B table, C table, D table. Like we're all at the table of the king. That's good. I think that's good news for all of us, right?
Absolutely, it is.
How valuable should we see evangelism and seeing the lost saved if every time somebody returns and repents, there is joy in heaven? It'll say in the parable of the lost coin, joy before the angels of God. And so heaven is rejoicing in, so it's not even just this, rejoice with me, oh, my fellow shepherds, that this sheep was lost, but there will be joy in heaven. I mean, what a glorious truth that anytime a lost sheep is found, all of heaven rejoices. I mean, so how valuable is evangelism? How valuable is telling people about Christ? How valuable is it to see the lost saved regardless of who they are? That even the most far gone sinner, the biggest project in your church, the guy that everybody, when he walks in, they low-key wish he didn't get saved because their life is harder at church than otherwise, they had a party over that guy.
Yep.
We're looking at logistics and thinking, this guy is going to be a problem. This guy we don't want serving in youth ministry. Whatever. And yet...
Are you talking about me?
No.
How did you know?
I'm thinking about you.
That guy still had a party over that guy.
Yeah.
You know, to put it really like almost blunt to the listener, yes, Jesus, yes, God loves you that much. He wants to be reconciled. He wants you with him for eternity. It's not a burden.
Zephaniah 3:17 says,
Ooh, Zephaniah. Deep cut.
he will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you by his love. He will exult over you with loud singing. And that's
crazy.
That's a shepherd's heart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's minor prophets. That's back when God had no
You
mercy.
were not searching alphabetically for that one.
No,
You know,
I was
this
not.
parable said it, but that says it even better.
Yeah.
Like it's like this is like we found him.
Yeah.
We found the lamb. We found the sheep. We found him.
Yeah.
It's bold. It's a proclamation.
Yeah. I feel like that's the mentality that we should have.
Yeah.
Anytime. And like, there's this quote that I put together. It was, the true church is known by her compassion for the lost, not her comfort among the found.
Say that one more time.
So the true church is known by her compassion for the lost, not her comfort among the found. Like, we just had our young adult meeting last night, and so I'm still kind of like reflecting on it a little bit more, but God is doing all the work to save people, but gosh dang it, we better be dragging people with us. Like, this is the most important thing in your life, is following Christ. And so wherever you're at, you need to drag people with you. Like, people need to like know who you serve. You need to talk about it. You don't need to be ashamed of who you follow, because man, the yoke of Christ is light. The burden of the world is heavy, and it enslaves you to sin. Like, one of the guys at group last night is like, maybe if you just didn't do all these things, your life would be better. Like, if you didn't just party all the time, your life would be better. If you didn't do this all the time, your life would be better. I'm like, yeah, because sin is heavy, and sin is a slave master to you. But Christ is freedom. And you choose not to do these things, these fleshy, earthly things, because man, like everything else is better with Christ. Like you don't have to deal with the consequences of your bad actions, because you do one thing. One sin can cause a reaction of a really hard life. But if you are free in Christ, you're free indeed. Right?
Yeah.
That's the shepherd that we have. That's the shepherd we serve and we follow.
One other thing I want to add before I forget, we're talking about the least of these. Isn't it interesting how so often Christians want more famous people to get saved, more powerful people to get saved? Oh, we got Kanye. We get so and so. Who's Team Jesus now? Like, we're always so enamored with famous people becoming Christians, when in reality, a lot of those people fall. It's not real. And there were, again, 3 homeless people that walked into your church this week, truly believing. Who did God have the party over? Kanye's fake profession, or the homeless person's real confession?
Yikes!
Like
100%.
that's.
Yep.
Like, we just don't get it. We're like, maybe finally we'll get some cultural juice if a couple of these famous people get saved. That's not what is rejoicing over in heaven. False professions and, hey, I want to influence this group to buy my new whatever, so I'm going to pretend to be Christian for 6 months. Whatever. I mean, that's not what, God sees through all of that. We don't. We're blinded by our own desires to have some sort of cultural relevance. In reality, and I'm guilty of this. I'm talking to myself. Everybody wants, clean, easy converts. Everybody wants simple, easy, get on the path. Oh wow, you're married with 2 kids. You would be a great new convert. Yeah, everybody wants that. Whatever, but that's not what is. Well, believe me, I want parents to be saved too. But what I'm saying is, in this picture, let's not chase after false professions. Let's truly rejoice in the real professions, regardless of what they look like from a worldly perspective. That's James 2, essentially.
You can't when you from what you're saying, that means you have to commit yourself to a place. You have to commit yourself to a people for the long term, right? Like, and when you disciple somebody, especially a new convert, say like a new convert that no one in their family grew up in a church, or even like understanding what this is, because statistics show that more and more people have no clue what Christianity is about and why it even matters. And so you're going to start getting that stuff. And so normal people, you're going to have to start like maybe learning a little bit more to how to guide people in the right direction. And that takes time. Discipleship takes a long time.
Read your Bible.
Yeah, read your Bible.
The whole thing. Read the whole thing.
Yeah, the entire.
I just heard a story this week. So first time I'd ever heard that someone not knowing Bible stories was a transplant to Iowa from California. He was a baseball player, really great guy, believer now, but he didn't know the story. Noah didn't know anything. I just heard the other day that there's a young man that grew up on a farm in Northwest Iowa that is reading through Genesis right now, and he doesn't know any of these stories. And he grew up Catholic, which actually is mixed. I think his mom was Catholic, his dad was Lutheran, or one or the other. Doesn't matter. But the point is, this isn't transplants from the coast that don't know anymore. It's
Everywhere.
This is a townie. This guy's born and bred, and he doesn't know either.
Yeah. Because of the ministry that I'm in, I see that a lot. But it's even closer to home. Growing up in the church with my family, right, up until I was 14, didn't have to go anymore. But my sister, who would be has my nephew, and he's in his teen. Well, he's older now, but in his teens, she has a conversation with him and learns he doesn't know the story of Adam and Eve.
Wow.
Right? And she grew up in the church.
We have to be careful. Like, yes, it's important that a young person develops their own faith instead of riding on their parents' faith, but that doesn't mean that you should let them develop their own faith, parents. You need to be in there and teach them.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Mix it up, baby. Get in there.
Agreed.
That doesn't mean they're going to do it right if they do it on their own, guys.
Agreed.
Hey,
Yeah, we saw.
let your kids have boring testimonies.
Yeah.
That's it,
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Same like teaching
I'm-
your kid to swim by just throwing him in the lake. Right?
I was
That
raised
happened to me.
I was raised by a kind of hippie dad that actually was part of that like school of thought that kids are inherently good until parents corrupt them, so don't affect their lives as much as you can. And I came out terribly undisciplined, and it took a long time for me to learn how to be a man and how to be a responsible person after that. It does not work, folks. Like, it made my life real difficult for a long time. Teach your kids.
Also, guess what? Heaven's rejoicing over your child being saved when they accept Christ,
Yeah.
whether they have a crazy, horrible life or they have a very boring testimony.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
It doesn't matter. The rejoicing is exactly the same.
Yeah. Status doesn't matter. None of it
Nope.
matters.
It's like we're so desperate to tell a story. Like we're so desperate to have like a sound interesting.
Validation.
We want
Yeah.
to sound. We want it to sound like we just skidded in before
Yeah.
the door closed, like Indiana
Or like we're-
Jones, and that's not.
We're like a
That's not for everybody, guys.
we're
It's
like
okay
a
to have
pirate
boring
out
ones.
in the ocean, like trying to conquer something worldly and fleshy.
I
And like,
grew up as an Ethiopian eunuch.
which what does that even mean? What is
You know,
that?
leopard changed his spots.
Yeah.
You know, I have. To me, it seems like everybody has a fascinating story. They just don't realize they have a fascinating story. And you sit and talk to them long enough, and you discover, hey, you got a fascinating story. You know, probably a big mentor in my life. She would say that she came to know Christ when she was like 4, right? And she's been faithful her whole life. She was a huge impact in my life. Now, I can't tell you that that's necessarily fascinating, but when you hear her whole story, it's pretty fascinating.
I believe it.
You're not going to miss out on, don't worry, regardless of what age you are when the Lord captivates you with his grace, you're still going to have trials. Your life's not going to be any
No.
easier.
Nope.
It's just
No.
gonna be
Actually,
better.
fun fact, probably going to be harder.
Yeah, true. Exactly.
You're just going to have hope the whole way through.
Yeah.
Which would be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get excited about rejoicing over people being saved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real good.
I don't
good
think that
take
we
on it.
I don't think we do.
No.
It doesn't even matter who it is.
No.
I don't think we get excited.
Yeah.
We're like, "Oh, cool." And then we move on. But like, why are we not celebrating that? Why are we not rejoicing in that? Why are we not trying to get people to that point? I think that's a bigger issue.
Yeah.
Those are great points.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like legit, like I'm low key, like kind of jazzed about this. Like I've never seen this before or thought about it in this way. So I agree with you. This is a big deal.
It's huge. It's like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I used to just be like, I don't want that. Like you said, I don't want that person here. Like they're too salty or, I don't know. I mean,
There's just
I was
friction.
a piece of crap before I got saved, right? I still am. Like, I'm not saying I'm not. Like,
I'm not saying it either.
I'm not. I still have my
Not out loud.
You know, the whole table nodded their heads.
Sparks, right? I mean,
Yeah.
new believers create friction and sparks,
Yeah.
and it's all of a sudden a little dangerous because you're like, who's going to show up to Sunday school today, and what kind of questions are they going to have? Am I ready for that?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to make a scene? Can I protect my other people?
Right.
Do you
Yeah.
want a meal without any salt?
No.
You know,
I definitely don't
Unless
want popcorn
I
without
have
salt.
a problem with
you know,
salt.
taking it into the church, into the Sunday school classroom, and having all your ducks in a row for your lesson and all that kind of stuff. You know, the reality is, if you don't make it to the end of the lesson plan that's in the book, it really doesn't matter. Did you connect? Did you share Christ? Did he see the love of God in you? He, her, them. Those
Talking about the people you're talking to, not
Yeah.
God.
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yes. Yes.
they're more, you know, that's more important that somebody comes up with a question and you can go down that rabbit hole and talk about that, because that's the question on their mind. Had nothing to do with your lesson.
And if you're worried that maybe you don't know the answer, it's okay to say, you know what, I don't know. Let's go ask someone.
Yeah.
But if you're
I don't
worried,
know if God can smell. My son asked that question in Sunday school last week.
I mean,
He has two questions.
We're made in his image, man.
Can God smell? And did colors exist before creation? Those are his two questions.
Those are great questions.
Those are awesome questions.
Zeke asked those two questions.
Zeke.
To Coulter. Coulter was like, ask your dad, bud. So speaking of
Right.
questions,
Good answer, Coulter.
We can't be afraid of that. We
No.
just can't. And if you are afraid of that, wait, read your Bible.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm more thinking of the adult that comes in and is combative.
Yeah.
That's my nightmare. Is like, oh man, don't be like, just be cool, man. Just sit and listen. But again, we need that. We need
Yeah.
Yeah, but
real.
what if that combativeness is not they're
Look,
not trying
I
to be
get what you're about to say, Lon.
they're not trying to be combative, but they just genuinely want to know,
Yep.
and they don't understand.
Right.
So that's the only way they know how to present
That's
themselves.
true. Does that mean my adrenaline won't be up afterwards?
I'm
No.
just saying it's stressful. I'm not saying it's not
I
needed
agree.
or important.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to play devil's
Fine.
advocate.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Don't.
Being in ministry with at-risk youth,
Yeah.
you're
You would know.
you're going to have the combative
Oh, for
aspect.
real.
But at the same time, that person that's being combative has real legitimate questions that everybody else in the group is thinking or wants the answer to. And so we need to be willing to enter into that conversation no matter how scary it is. And scriptures tell me that God will provide those answers for me. So I need to pray, I need to read, and I need to not be afraid.
And develop a culture in your church that this isn't an inconvenience and it's not ruffling feathers. It's good for all of us to come alongside this new believer and encourage them in their walk. Don't think that was a lame Bible study because that person kept taking it over. Rejoice that the Lord saved them and they're hungry for questions and they just can't help but ask them. That's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just need to have a culture that says that.
And you know, and the reality is, if you got very many people in the group, no matter how many of them will raise their hand when they say they're saved, they might still have that exact
You know they got that
same
question.
question.
You know they got
Right.
it's just
Yeah.
they've been here too long and they're too afraid to ask it. Get the
Yes.
next person in there.
Yeah.
Get that good question.
The answer is Jesus, right? So what we're talking about at this point in time, what we're talking about is really trusting God in the midst of that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think
And have some fun at church. Get excited about
yeah.
people getting saved.
it should
Watch them
it should
walk
be
in.
messy.
Yeah.
Yep.
It should be a messy event. It's a hospital, right? It should be
Yes.
messy. It's
not
gonna
a
be
museum.
messy.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
one thing we
Messy.
don't want is clean hospitals.
Sterile.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Sterile. You know what?
I like all of this.
I'm gonna-
I like how we're
You know,
I'm gonna
agent
pull.
of chaos.
I heard a guy say once, and this is talking about evangelism and or missions work, and that we're not the hospital. We're the ambulance. We need to get them to the hospital.
The EMT.
Yeah.
That's a Coulter reference.
But this also speaks to how important the church is. Because when we get connected, somebody says yes to Jesus, we want to be able to connect them somewhere with no more than just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to, I just was listening to another podcast this week, no free shout outs, but they were talking about if you are on the mission field or if you're considering baptizing somebody that is not tied to a local church, you better be ready to commit to the fact that you're going to be the main driving discipler of that person.
Yeah.
So think very, very deeply about if this is the right way to do that, or if we should maybe employ the local church in the baptism as to say, this is where you need to root. And so you have more people discipling you and speaking into your life than just the one person that baptized. So just consider, I think that the New Testament really doesn't have a category for saved to individualness. It's saved to a flock. And, as we're seeing the parable today. So just be aware of that and know that it goes better. There are strength in numbers when it comes to new converts and helping them be discipled.
Yeah. Agreed. And before we shoot off to our benediction, I'm going to read you something. All right?
You can read.
Oh, I read all the time.
Awesome.
I probably read.
Teach me.
All right. You should go back to school.
It's too much work.
I will teach you. I will disciple you.
We
young
tried.
one.
Thanks, Dad.
But here's this. So, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the gentle, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God. Blessed are those who have been persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And blessed are you when people insult you and persecute you and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is in heaven, and it is great. For in this same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. So, on this podcast, I'm making an executive decision that our next podcast is going to be the Sermon on the Mount. Because if we want people to be connected in the body and as a Christian, we need to know how to live as a Christian. And the Sermon on the Mount, or in some translations, the Sermon on the Plain, was Jesus' biggest teaching. And it was flipping everything upside down for religious people of his day and our day now too. And so the next episode you get, we're going to be starting on the Sermon on the Mount.
Sweet.
So be prepared.
Noise.
This is gonna, and it might take us some time. And you know what? Who cares?
So we're done with the rest of
We're done.
Okay.
That's
We're done.
fine. We've done enough
I feel like I feel like the Lost Sheep is a good place to close for now. Yep. Sermon on the Mount.
Let's go.
Get ready to walk with us and learn what it means to live in the upside down kingdom of the kingdom of heaven. Super excited. Hey, anything else for you guys? We are. Oh, hey, before I let you go, we are working on an affiliate link, and hopefully in the next couple of episodes we'll have that for you. It's a good one. It's a helpful one for all you that are at least you're curious about faith, or you've been walking with God for a while. It'll be a very helpful resource for you.
I might or might not be using said resource as we speak.
Mm-hmm. So keep your eyes out.
They work best open, much like
Best
a parachute.
Yes, right. Or what else is good open? Restaurants.
Walmart at 11:30.
That'd be nice.
Yep, too bad.
Too bad.
Thinking COVID.
Stink.
I don't know about that.
Thanks, Obama. Yep. That's a good way to end the episode.
It fits.
All right. Father, Son, and Spirit, give us a heart to care for those in the margins, to show grace to those who are difficult, and to love all we come in contact with. Amen.
It's been Outsiders Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.